All right, so recently the new Barbie movie came out, so naturally conservatives have been losing their minds over it, and I guess they think they're owning woke Hollywood by paying to go see the movie and then helping promote it like crazy. Like Ben Shapiro went to see it the day it came out while cosplaying as Ken, and he brought a notebook and took pages of notes and then did a 45-minute movie review. I mean, that's like half the length of the movie he just spent talking about it in a review. And then the tweet he made about it, of course, went viral, and it all turned into a giant meme, and everybody's talking about it. So Ben Shapiro did so much free promotion for this movie. It's crazy. And I actually did see some conservatives call him out on it, like the quartering. He said, I understand watching this garbage for the job, but I just feel like we shouldn't be advertising for them along the way, too. Like, they hate you, stop giving them money, but I'm still going to give them money, farm clout, and indirectly promote the film. So he does have a good point, but then he went on to tweet about Barbie like 5 or 6 times. And then he made a video about it, and then he put out this tweet, which I thought was hilarious, but I don't think he's trying to joke around here. I think he's being serious. He said, watch Barbie on Twitter because suck my balls, Hollywood. Yeah, so he really got him there. I'm sure they're going to be really disappointed when they learn the quartering watched Barbie on Twitter and then did a bunch of free promotion for the movie. But maybe he watched it on Twitter to separate himself from what Ben's doing. So you could be like, I watched the movie, but I didn't pay for it. I'm not going to support woke Hollywood. Like, who's really taking the L here? Woke Hollywood getting all this free promotion, or the quartering sitting at home watching Barbie on his laptop? And honestly, he probably didn't go to see it in the theater because it would look weird if he went to see it. I mean, Ben Shapiro said the theater was just filled with moms and their kids.
And if you look in the audience, it's a bunch of moms, like youngish moms, middle-aged moms with their 6, 7, 8-year-old girls. That's the entire crew.
Imagine walking into that theater and you see a bunch of moms and their kids, and then Ben Shapiro's just sitting there scribbling on a notepad. And honestly, it sounds like Ben is a fan of Barbie and he wanted to see a good Barbie movie, but of course this one had some kind of feminist message and it ruined it for him. But it sounds like he is a fan. Like, he kept talking about how great the IP is, and he feels like they're ruining it and disrespecting it with this movie. So I kind of feel bad for the guy. He can't even enjoy a good Barbie movie, even though he did say he enjoyed the costumes from the movie. He said that was one of the best parts.
Pages and pages of notes on this horrific piece of I mean, my goodness. The only thing that can be said for this film is production design. The production design is really nice. The costumes are really nice. Also, it's really hard to screw that up. It's really hard to screw that up because you literally have this to model after. All you have to do is this, but big. Now, again, this is one of the few cute jokes in the movie, is that Barbie walks around, and just like a normal Barbie doll, when you take off the shoes, the feet are shaped like the shoe, like the high heel. But now she is turning into like a real world person, and so her feet collapse, right? The only good line of the film, truly, in my opinion, there's one good line in the film, and that is where Barbie is trying to contemplate whether she's a fascist or not, and she says, I don't control the railways or the flow of commerce. Now, there's only one problem with that line, as with the entire movie. There is no character consistency. Barbie is supposed to be an idiot bubblehead piece of plastic from Barbie land. How does she know what a fascist is? Is that Ken is dependent on Barbie, right? Because Ken is kind of secondary. And we also set up at the very beginning that Barbie doesn't like Ken. She finds Ken annoying. She finds Ken ridiculous, which, again, is sort of against the concept of Ken and Barbie. I don't know why Mattel would turn over its IP to filmmakers who clearly hate the IP. The world's most boring, crappy comedies. You can waste an extraordinary amount of money and talent. You can waste some of the great IP ever created. Here, they decided they were going to take a golden piece of IP and they were just going to smash it and turn it into Weird Barbie. And I got to tell you, and this is going to have some ramifications for Barbie the brand. I don't know why Barbie the brand would hand this property over to people who clearly hate the property.
Yeah, so it sounded like Ben was a pretty big fan of Barbie, but he was really disappointed in the movie, unfortunately, and he gave it negative infinity Barbies. But at least it gave him an excuse to start playing with Barbies again. He bought that whole playhouse in the background there. I mean, he went all out for this. He's probably their number one fan. Like, he definitely did the most promotion for this movie. And it's funny because he acts like he's going to see it just to review it because it's woke Hollywood garbage. But he wanted to see a good Barbie movie. You could tell. He was hoping this was staying true to Barbie. But he was disappointed, so afterwards, he set his Barbie toys on fire.
Oppenheimer fashion.
What the Run.
And then also Ben gave his review of Oppenheimer, the other big movie out right now, competing with Barbie.
And also, by the way, Oppenheimer's good.
Yeah, so at least he got to enjoy that. It's crazy this is what the culture war has come to. Ben Shapiro making a 40-minute long movie review of Barbie. And then also he spends most of his time reacting to TikToks now and making TikToks. Like he was really into that Grimace shake challenge trend thing.
Just got the Grimace shake. Happy birthday, Grimace. Let's give it a try.
The Grimace shake trend is one of my favorite trends. I really do like it. I think it's very funny.
Glad I could kosher.
Did you see the one of the guy who like explodes? There's one where there's a guy and it's actually pretty, it's well cut. Like he's in his car and you actually watch him physically explode into just a purple splotch in his car. There's another one where there's a guy and he's like by his car and he does it, and then Grimace, like in the full costume, comes charging at him. It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, so I think he might be running out of things to complain about at this point. Like, same thing with Candace Owens. I saw she was talking about Barbie, but she didn't see it. So she did a whole segment on why she refuses to see it. I mean, at least Ben did the work and went to the theater and took notes and everything. Like, he was obviously really invested in that, and he's taking his reviews seriously. But Candace, on the other hand, hasn't even seen the movie. But, of course, it's some feminist garbage.
Reached. Plus, I'm going to tell you guys why I won't be heading this weekend to see the new Barbie movie. And if you guessed because it's feminist garbage and it's really about hating men, then you would be correct. But I'm going to just explain why I don't want to see it. Now, obviously, if you listen to this podcast, you know, one of the things that I really hate is that we are living in a world that is increasingly anti-man.
All right, enough of that. You know, I'm a man. I think I can decide for myself if this movie is anti-man. I don't need some woman who hasn't even seen the film telling me that this movie is feminist garbage. So I might have to go see the movie at this point. You know, originally I had no interest in seeing this, but I want to know if it's actually as political as these people are making it out to be. Because at this point, I really feel like some of them are just using it as an excuse to go watch the movie. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it all down in the comments. And then make sure you go check out my Patreon account. I just posted a video about the Nelk and Andrew Schultz podcast and how it exposed how fake podcasting is and how fake these people are around each other. So make sure you go check that out, along with 30 other videos like the downfall of Miley Yiannopoulos, the downfall of Adam 22, the downfall of Michael Richards, Kramer, you know, his whole meltdown at the Laugh Factory. So I'll put a link to all that in the description. And then make sure you hit the like button here, then hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you at the next video.